ain't gonna believe this, bro. So the Biden campaign is holding an urgent press conference at the Trump trial. And guess who they use as their spokesperson? Robert De Niro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this almost feels like a comedy sketch. I'm just being real. It's like, what? I thought Biden was gonna be the one. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I can't even lie like that. I ain't good as the Democrats said line. I ain't think Biden was gonna show up to speak at nothing. All his stuff has to be edited, clipped up for sure. But Robert De Niro, what makes him wants to be the spokesperson to rally against Donald Trump? Like, he came out of the blue with his TDS, man, and ever since then he's been low-key campaigning on it.
Somehow he even got self-styled patriots to support a man who called for terminating the Constitution, and on January 6th rallied an angry mob to threaten democracy, leaving death and destruction in its wake. That's why I needed to be involved and wanted to be involved in the new Biden-Harris ad, because it shows the violence of Trump and reminds us that he'll use violence against anyone who stands in the way of his megalomania and greed.
Bro, the guy behind you don't even believe. He over there like, oh man, my family gonna see me on TV behind. Oh no.
Yeah. It's a coward's violence. You think Trump ever threw a punch himself or took one? This guy who ran and hid in the White House bunker when there were protesters outside? No way. He doesn't get blood on his hands. No, he doesn't. He directs the mob to do his dirty work for him by making a suggestion.
What? The suggestion was to march peacefully and patriotically, but that's the part that always get taken. I don't understand how people... Okay.
And his gang grovels and follows his obvious order.
Gang, gang. Now, before I move on, I gotta check out the comments, y'all. Y'all know the comment section be on point. It says, look like a partisan circus befitting of dictator Joe Biden. Definitely does, bro. Oh my gosh, he's over here talking about Trump ain't never threw a punch in his life, yada, yada, yada. Bro, you're an actor. You're not who you are on screen, bro. Anyhow, Robert De Niro is now being shouted down by, quote, F Joe Biden, end quote, protesters outside the Manhattan courthouse. Yeah, he definitely gonna have to catch him some of those strays, is what it's looking like. Love how he's calling Trump a coward as he walks down the street with a damn mask on. He said, yo, how you afraid of it after you afraid of the jab after 20 boosters, huh? Yeah, let me read a few more. We're gonna get up out of here. Robert De Niro's a flake and embarrassment to true actors in the business. Let's continue. Somebody saying, pay attention to me. They saying this is somehow for attention. So desperate on Joe Biden's behalf, for sure. Why do we care about actors outside of former president's trial? The man is an actor. I love to see all of this stuff actually being said to Donald Trump's face. Y'all know Trump ain't afraid of no hate. He ain't afraid of no controversy. He ain't afraid of being in the middle of the fire. Y'all seen him at the Libertarian Convention. He ain't afraid to be in spaces where people strongly dislike him. But we all know what it's like if you debate him. Joe Biden definitely does. Robert, yeah, bro, I don't know, bro. You gotta read your lines. Trump, he comes off the top of his head. Anyhow, let's continue to dive throughout these clips. They are not going to be all in, like, you know, order and by which the way that they happen. They all kind of everywhere. But De Niro's anti-Trump presser backfires when a man tells him Biden surrogates lied under oath.
for these lowlives, for Trump.
They lied under oath.
They lied under oath.
Right.
Who lied under oath? What are you telling me?
Those two traitors behind you.
Excuse me?
Those two traitors behind you.
They lied under oath?
That's right.
What are you saying?
They're traitors.
They're traitors. You gotta, I don't know, I don't even know how to deal with you, my friend. I don't even know how to deal with you.
We can see you don't know how to deal with him. Again, you have to read your responses off of a script. You're reading a script right now. You can't, I just said that you won't be able to just come off of your head with your thoughts. You got to get it from a script. That's why you have nothing to say to this man right there who's giving you facts. These low lives for Trump. These low lives for Trump. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But you hanging, you know, you got two low lives behind you. You got two people who actually lied under oath. You know, do you agree with people lying under oath, basically? What do you even say? I don't even know how to deal with you. Duh. That's the whole point. You don't know how to deal with your own emotions, bro. You know what I think it is? I think this is the result of going untreated for so long while suffering from TDS. He don't even have a syndrome. He got an infection. He got TDI. Trump derangement infection.
Under Trump, this kind of government will perish from the earth. I don't mean to scare you. No, wait, maybe I do mean to scare you. If Trump returns to the White House, you can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted. And elections, forget about it. That's over. That's done. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He will never leave. You know that. He will never leave.
That's a slogan I can get behind. He will never leave. He will never leave. Hey, we cool with that, man. Shit, go ahead, go for it. You know, not to be the Grim Reaper or the bearer of bad news here, but you know, we ain't got for so long. You know, we only have for so long anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. You know, just keeping it real. Anyhow, Donald Trump is somebody whom was already the president. I wonder how these celebrities forget that. They sit here and if he gets into office, this and that is gonna happen. That and this is gonna happen. And I'm sitting back like, bro, y'all said that before he got in office the first time and none of it happened. What does Trump have on you, man?
Democrats, you are gangsters. You are gangsters. You're washed up.
Me?
You're a little punk.
Me?
You're a softie. You're a nobody. Your movies suck. You're trash. You're trash. You're done. You're done after this guy, guys. You're done.
Sheesh. For the sake of YouTube, I have to say that there was no violence in that video. There were merely people expressing differences of opinions. Quite literally that. Nobody was attacked, nobody was hurt, nobody was harmed whatsoever. But this is your man, Robert De Niro, getting a taste of his hate, what he spews out there, you know what I'm saying? Here's a guy who's walking in New York right now to try to defend Joe Biden, a man who won't even show up with him. Bro, come on, Joe, bro, you could have pulled up, man. I ain't gonna lie, that probably would have been the most gangster thing you could have did, Joe, why Robert De Niro's over here saying that we all gangsters. That could have been the most thugged out thing you could have did. You know what? I'm pulling up to the Trump trial. You know what I'm saying? Even though we know it's all, you know, scandalous, even though that we know this is interference, even though we know all that, man, the most gangster thing you could have did for the Dems is pull up, but you didn't, bro. Yeah, but he didn't, man. Joe ain't gonna show up for nobody, bro. He gotta, you know what I'm saying, get some White House from the White House, you know what I'm saying? Just to, you know, get some energy to be able to walk up some steps. But what is the reason for this whole fiasco? What is the reason for the theatrics of having Robert De Niro and all these people, you know, well, just have him come out and do this? It's because crooked Joe Biden and his campaign are in freak out mode.
Make no mistake, this is election interference of the highest order. Crooked Joe Biden and his campaign are in complete freak out mode. And that's why they've gone back on the word. And now they've gone in bed with a highly conflicted judge. And now they're making a political mockery of this entire thing. The fact remains that President Trump will overcome. He'll fight these charges up and down, and there's nothing to stop the truth from coming out. Thank you.
Now, I'm just going to shut up. I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to go ahead and play this 3.5-minute clip of Robert De Niro in full so you guys can judge it for yourself, man. You can listen to this narcissist for yourself.
I mean, this is really, even these people over here are kind of, it's kind of crazy. It's really crazy, and this thing, Donald Trump has created this. He should be telling them not to do this, but he's just, he wants to sow total, he wants to sow total chaos, which he's succeeding in some areas and places to do. Anyway, beside all that, this is my neighborhood, downtown New York City. I grew up here and feel at home in these streets. I feel comfortable. The Twin Towers fell just over here, just over there. This part of the city was like a ghost town. But we vowed we would not allow terrorists to change our way of life. And we started the Tribeca Festival to bring people back. I love this city. I love this city. I don't want to destroy it. Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world. But we vowed we would not allow terrorists. I owe this city a lot. And that's why it's so weird that Donald Trump is just across the street. Because he doesn't belong in my city. I don't know where he belongs, but he certainly doesn't belong here. We New Yorkers used to tolerate him when he was just another grubby real estate hustler masquerading as a big shot, a two-bit playboy lying his way into the tabloids, pretending to be a spokesperson for himself. He was calling it as himself for himself, to fool the press into inflating his net worth. A clown. But this city is pretty accommodating. We make room for clowns. We have them all over the city. People who do crazy things in the street, we tolerate it. It's part of the city, it's part of the culture. But not a person like Trump who will eventually run the country. That does not work, and we all know that. Anyway, we make room for clowns, to each his own. But no one takes him or took him really seriously. They take him seriously now, of course. But around the country, people who didn't know him as we did started to support him. They bought into his bullshit. Trump bought their votes with outrageous lies and empty promises. He got the most religious evangelicals to applaud a sinner who bragged about sexual assault, and who, just a couple of blocks from here, a jury found him liable for sexual abuse. Somehow he even got self-styled patriots to support a man who called for terminating the Constitution, and on January 6th rallied an angry mob to threaten democracy, leaving death and destruction in its wake.
I know, y'all. Y'all had to suffer through that. If I'm being honest, I almost put the headphones down a few different times. I had the opportunity to just get up and leave the room because I'm like, I can just record this, but I had to stay here for journalistic integrity to make sure that this was edible for YouTube. But Lord, somebody needs to cure his Trump derangement infection.